Afternoon, everybody. We are back for some more attempt on. That's what we're going up again. So, it's been a hot minute, but got a lot going on. But we have a couple days here. We're gonna end today. We're gonna maybe get a run in tomorrow or do it tomorrow. And then Friday as well. In the meantime, I'm gonna get going. I don't know if anybody else, but I was pretty hyped for the Nintendo Direct announcements. The new looks we've gotten at the core material are pretty nice to have, even if they are a little bit minimal. There's a little combat, a little bit of what they're doing. Form pieces, character lines, faces appearing, graphical looks. There's definitely some controversy around art piece for the 1-3 collection that they're releasing. I'm a little torn because I don't necessarily need a whole other version thing. It is nice that switch to getting actual dedicated port. I think is probably the biggest piece of news for me. It's a little sloppy, but okay. I understand why it's not going to be a Switch 2 port, because again, the base Switch just doesn't have the hardware to actually run all of this stuff smooth. But it'll be. I feel like this is between that and the Ocarina of Time announcement. That's really gonna push Switch 2 sales. Alright, not too bad. Love the ground landing. But I do like that. Too bad on the kids' platform. So far, going okay. We're still in here with no resets. So, what we get, what we get. And what we get is apparently hot trash. Honestly, that could have been way worse, but now nobody's watching to hold me again. We get one game. That's all we're doing. But, this timer oddly odd question. find out momentarily. Yeah, this is oddly high. That did it not? That in between. I think it may have not. Yeah, definitely some weird going on with properly. Definitely not the best. We did shadow jump, so what can you do? Bad ground comp with me. Load it a bit. Turn and jump up. Box though. Bad mash on the barrel combo meant landed. Pardon my chilling, we're relaxing. That seemed quick to soon. Foot starts moving. Corner, get a lineup. Not ideal. We got the double jump from the third and fourth shadows there, but it did not get them positioned correctly with ourselves, so the second swing of the second combo didn't actually clip the other shadow. Tried using lock-on toggle to get finisher and everything. Probably hit both of them. It's okay. But didn't quite line it up properly. Okay, on the conversations here. Kids platform. Those that don't know, this sets your leveling E curve and ability level up path. That's not what you're supposed to do. We're doing it. Fun fact, the first 5 minutes of the game is the most reset portion of the game for any platform, cross runners, period. The piece of the game that is most played. It really shouldn't be, because illegal. Don't reset here because, like, the majority of your time loss is across the greater portion of the run, not in the first 5 minutes. Like, an ideal opening is around 3 minutes, but people reset for things that are a couple seconds of time loss. That can matter at, like, a top level, but for anything over 2 hours, anything over 2 hours, and, like, time losses that I just reset for and have been resetting for negligible. But the impulse is really strong because it's, like, out of the 3 minutes, if you 10-15 seconds, that's a large chunk of time loss to really end with. Sets you up kind of poorly mentally, and timer-wise it looks really bad for a couple of worlds. Because most people don't tend to lose a crazy amount of time in Traverse Town 1, Wonderland. And so the ability to make up that lost time is difficult until you reach basically where you have a pretty high degree of timing variability across runs for average to mid runners. A little high on the jump, still finished it sub 1 minute, so we'll take it. And yeah, we're just worrying about not resetting it. There's very little that can kind of force issue for this run. I wish I knew more intrinsically, like, what the difference is between getting movement on that jump and getting just straight up and down. I get the straight up and down version play too. Okay. We have one more real platform to get through, then we'll be moving right along. Ugh. That was horrendously slow. Oh. So, In an ideal world for my runs, finish that platform at about 2. Being 5 seconds behind that is, for world record run, I think it finishes at about 12, somewhere between 212 and 220, which is an insane amount of difference when taking comparison with that run and my averages. But it boils down to how good Shadows 2 fight is. Shadows 1 fight is a lot of small movement, mashing, and scene skip. A lot of scene skip at the beginning. Decision on. And very quickly add up. Low ground combos, but we'll take it. So, yeah, you can finish that platform closer to, I think, fastest possible is about 52 seconds. I'm about 5 seconds roll behind fastest possible. Backward jump, no turn. I'm always a tiny fraction. And one of the tricky things here is you want to mash enough to get past their text boxes, but not so much that you interact with them or swing, which can be difficult to nail. That was really fucking good. So, as I was saying, 20 hit. 12 to 20 hit for, like, top runs. The other thing that they save time on here is not doing the defense ups, but I take too many free hits every run, which is an issue that, middling to average runners have. Though in order to avoid deaths, we end up using the defense ups just to ensure we don't pass any damage thresholds that would be lethal and cost us more time than the 8 seconds there. Alright. A little awkward, definitely could have been a little bit faster. The comboing was kind of meh, but a 311 we'll take. New best segment, because we got our best segment there. We're just gonna. So, there is a new piece of King does here, which is not use the barrel, which saves about 1.5 seconds. As you jump off of the little bit of greenery ledge that is behind there to get the ledge grab. It's super precise, and if you fuck it up, you're losing way more than any barrel shenanigans I have throwing the barrel. It's good to know as a backup or as something to practice. Really want to save those very small amounts of time. blade swing as we come off of that ladder, so that we're landing on the log, cutting out reaction time a bit because it automates the forward movement of the Xbox interaction and makes it so there is less walking there. Walking is slow. You want to avoid as much of it as possible. Hold left coming out of that last cutscene, the fourth one there. Walk directly off of the dock to collect the first fish over there. And use lock-ons and actually run into them, and run past them. Missing fish can be very time-consuming. This version of going into this cave and controller camera when we come back after day 2, you do not have camera controls. You want to run a little bit past that mushroom and come back to it, because otherwise you can have Source Model catch on it, or like a tree branch that's in front of it, costing you a little bit of time, depending on how bad of a collision it is. Try for a coconut here, even though the odds are very, very low. Gator actually did a discussion recently in Discord about what odds and how many coconuts there are per tree. And it's like really, really odds for that one. But when you can get it, it saves you a little bit of time on coconuts. And so some of those you saw me wait to jump, and some of them I was immediate jumps. Those are all purposeful because there's distances you need to make sure that you're clearing. Otherwise, you fall and come that way. There's a little bit of stutter stepping and weird movement happening with a full landing and then start trying to walk. But it's important to get all of the appropriate jump distances because falling off the trees makes so much more time. Alright. Very good coconuts, a little bit awkward on the actual reflection, that's okay. Coming in above it. I will say my Destiny Island segment can be very hard for me to beat. I don't know. I think it's pretty dang close to what would effectively be world record pace. Part of that's because it got Task Coconut and then it's Coconut on picking the tree. Speeds up that entire process greatly. These coconuts were good, but I had some awkward movements and perfect scene skipping. And again, less optimal. Let's get here. All the little things add up. Oh, the shadow one's open up. So as I was saying earlier, you can't move the camera during. Those that want to know, there are 7 cutscenes to this, and there are 4 cutscenes between day 1 and I messed up my spacing. I'm comboing some more. So I missed both of the reflex. When you get parries on the orbs in that fight, it does damage to Dark Side, allowing you to finish the fight a little bit. The goal is get behind his fist with proper combo timing, such that on the finisher of your combo, you're carrying 2 orbs. That basically finishes the fight around the timing of the second orb parry. It also gets you a little bit of extra XP for the tech point. Alright, 3 there. 4. Got an extra. Didn't walk close enough to get the second shot out. Overall, we're doing okay. As soon as Dora's last text box goes away, you want to stop mashing with X because otherwise you'll be flanking. Alright. Okay fight, the lost time, bad shadows, not much to do. As soon as the eyes are halfway open. And there's one scene there that's skippable in black as soon as we kill 3 soldiers here. Get 12 XP. Make sure that we get a level up typically for guard armor fight. We toggle lock as soon as we've done our first hit. That way the finisher is carried into the other soldier there, cleaning up still there, because you only need a single finisher to kill a soldier at this stage. Oh my god. But, okay, well that killed a bunch of time there. Terrible fight. Ugh. Okay. After he finishes flipping over, back. Okay. Being over 20 seconds behind there is more than I want to deal with. Not ideal, but still acceptable. The insanity that I have almost an 8-second differential between where I'm at, what would be done. That's mashing a bit on combos right now. Ugh. Not loud. Alright. Good air combo to clean it up. Yep. Arrow. So there's 1.5 seconds of whiteout before you can skip that first one before this platform, and then 3.5 seconds during the whiteout second platform. That timing is doubled on the 30 FPS platforms, so the PS3 version and that is so slow and awkward upright jump. Well, we're not resetting at this point, so get what we get. We're probably looking about 3 feet. Hopefully. Maybe a little lower even. What it is. So if you look at the sun in that scene, there are ripples that come off of it. There's one kind of a ring wave at first, and then a second set of rippling waves after that. That is the indicator of when you hit that scene. And here we watch for the water line basically reaching for his butt. So we jump accordingly to the ladder, or to the water, because we don't want to end up walking into the water. The transition in swimming is very slow that way. When we keep laid at the top of the ladder, carry us into the hitbox for the log to automatically pick it up without having to block. And then we start skipping 4 cutscenes. Each one has an audio cue or is on the end of the fade out essentially. You don't want to lock on early as you walk off of the platform there, or as you're coming to the fish, otherwise you'll lock on the selfie there, and it'll movement and camera. You'll end up missing grabbing the fish as possible. You only want to lock on once you hit the water for the first fish, and once you're about 75% of the way to the second fish. You walk kind of out and around this little bit of tree, grab the mushroom, otherwise the right side of the source hitbox will kind of collide with it, stopping you or to grab the mushroom. We go for a hit on that tree on the way down, just in case it decides to drop its very low probability coconut. Next cutscene, as soon as the Xbox is gone. Technically, you can get it in a black screen in transition scene, but that's basically frame perfect. I think it's confident. Don't generally see it that close. Don't want to do any camera inputs as you're coming up the ladder there, because otherwise that will change your trajectory and make you go jumping the glider itself negatively impacted or entirely. You want to be careful how you do across the trees, because if you're not careful about it, will fall off. Perfect timing on the race, as not really waiting very long after doing the automated walk across to that standing point. But if you start fading out or actually getting to that position, you're a little bit slow, because it's triggered based on Riku's distance to you and with some amount of automated. Not amazing, but talk to them. Mushroom. Water. One of the things I want to keep in mind, much of this game is possible on the shortest paths. With bad coconuts, that's honestly not that surprising. Get that a little bit earlier than that, technically. before Kyrie says anything. As soon as the doors start closing, you can see that one. Start hearing the falling noise. That one, you can skip it in. Which is hard to gauge because of the darkness. You can get it before Sora starts saying anything. Basically, as soon as it would start panning. A little bit of time lost there, but recovery at least. As soon as this load symbol goes away, again. And I just walk into the little edge bit and walk along the roof. And this next cutscene you can skip on kind of the last frames of Sora's shoe disappearing around the corner. If you get the camera transition, it's after you possibly could. You also don't need to see Sora's face. A little bit slow, but not too bad. We can recover all of that pretty easily. We can get that scene while he is blinking, but that was still pretty close. Actually, here, some people make the mistake when they first, or not necessarily a mistake, make the pattern of going and talking to Sid immediately here, or like playing casually. You just have to actually start to down. As the camera starts panning, you can see that scene. That's only 3, and that's bad in general. Camera, penis. Okay. We're almost certainly not saving time here. We have a really good fight. As we're all kind of trash. Okay, save a little time bit. Mostly things jump there. But we'll take it. Every little bit counts and helps. So this one we can't skip until we get perspective shift to keep you when his eyes are halfway open. Like so. The next one we can skip as soon as the camera starts panning. Skip this one as soon as the load symbol goes away. And then we're done with scene skips. Start walking it down right. Camera starting position. Talk to Leon twice. Skip the scene as soon as this text box goes away. And we're on movement. Finisher there was unnecessary. Combo for that. We toggle lock between the first and second soldier there to have the finisher carry us into it. Getting the kill, we want that 12 XP so that at the end of the forced soldier fight in the next room, we level up, giving us an extra strength for dealing with guard armor. Alright, thank you, Goofy. I think Goofy just bruised either. This is really slow. Save a little bit of time because it was even slower on the previous run. Okay. I think we're out the ether, but that's not the end. A little bit late on that skip. And now it's just a bunch of X mashing to get through explanation, exposition. Donald and Goofy talk to us about the gummy ship. Donald talks to us a bit about magic. Goofy talks a bit about abilities. And then Jiminy pipes up and is like, hey, don't forget about me. Chronicling our journey. Did not he use a potion? So we used all of the bottom options there. That was taking an ether off of Goofy and onto Sora, switching out Ribbon, Brave Warrior on Sora's accessories, and whipping Dodge Roll to Sora. We're going to be using the hell out of Dodge Roll because it is the best move option. Edit our gummy ship down to bare bones because gummy ship speed is affected by weight. So we want as little weight as possible to be going as fast as possible through these games. It has the side effect benefit of this mission being able to be flown completely AFK in this. I'm going to take a step away for a brief moment while this is flying. Right, guys. I need 100. This is essentially one of 3 breaks we actually get during the entire run. This, the return visit, and then way later in the game, there is the unskippable cutscene at Hollow Bastion, which is our long break for the game, where you could theoretically afford to go, like, use the bathroom or something if you needed. We used to get more in the way of downtime with that's what earlier versions of the game because stuff would take a little longer. That's alright. Yeah, head back into this. Push the bed. Drink the drinking. Hold back right and out of this. Dodge roll off the table. And ready to go. And come into the board. Skip a single cutscene. X mashing. On to find evidence for the trial against Alice. Have a cutscene. More text mashing. Have a wave of enemies on in front of us. Out of all of this, we'll lock on and fires. Clear each enemy, toggling lock before it hits. Relocking on if our lock-on drops at any point. We hug this wall so as not to spawn additional enemies, enabling our ability to interact. And care on the way back. And then, having a single piece of evidence, we can start the trial. Our box gets her pieces of evidence. First box to drop here. Soldier. 100% on which one it was. Going for this one. I think it's correct. Yep. If you have multiple pieces of evidence, you'll have 2 drop at the same speed, which will be soldiers, upwards to the available 4 total pieces there. Alright. Not as fast as it could have been, but not bad. Fine. Backed twice there, definitely into our time a little bit, but overall not bad. We have a little bit of that with the Cheshire Cat before moving on to Party Garden. We have a single cutscene in the Tea Party Garden. Hold down right out of, so aim for the door. Another cutscene next here. Get yourself up onto this ramp. If you touch any of the tiled flooring, like the middle section of the room, you want to heartless in. By going up onto that ramp section, you avoid the spawn areas. Get up onto the interaction. These blade swing helps cover the ledge so you don't actually have to do a grab there. For safety here, you can jump or dodge roll the second time in latch. And then head here for one more text interaction. Dodge roll twice, jump a little bit to the side, and interact with the Cheshire Cat. One little bit of text. Transitions visually. That's not what we want. This fight is already crashed. Yeah. So I walked too close to the edge. The edge of that table is a little bit deceptive. You have to jump earlier, and that caused me to drop to the ground rather than combo in the air that you're supposed to be able to get, basically forcing the first to drop, which made starting the loop of hits into combos pretty awkward. It also put him at a weird damage stage at the end there, so I couldn't get the last knockdown I needed for an extra couple of seconds. So, unfortunate, awkward fight. It happens. I've been away for a couple of weeks. Another aspect to learning this game on English or Japanese is optimal menus. A bright side to learning on Japanese is you cut down on the time you spend actually reading, because you're looking for little snippets rather than reading the whole word. As habit, when we're playing in our own language, we tend to try to kind of automatically read everything as it's coming up. But the game is set out in such a fashion where everything is ordered, everything is exactly the same, kind of time after time. The one exception is occasionally accessories, because you can end up with accessories and consumables. Because you can end up with extra accessories dropping or extra tools from like potions, ethers, etc. But that is minimally effective to menus, and you have a point at which you can clear out most of the excesses, which is sell during Traverse Challenge. narrative-based dialogue here for Link Jungle. On the fade in. My god. Okay, well, the time save we got there, we just wasted on bad. Painful to my soul. But it was a good fight, at least. And technically get that jump during fade in. We want to touch the save point. Exit. Run around collecting slides. You want planks on these two interactions. Force our back in the direction we're trying to go. We touch that save point because we are going to warp back to it. And as we're coming out of this, you can spam circle to go to the bottom of the party selection menu. After the conversation with the game, you want to stop pressing X early so that you can go directly to pressing triangle on the projector. You have Keyblade swinging flanking off of it. After the fade in, you that cutscene, dodge roll into the corner, use the middle option, back to the gummy ship, and we use that save point I was just talking about, which is the second option. Here allows us a quicker path to Vines 2. Our next interaction takes place. Tarzan parents. Up from Vines. Here. Cutscene, dodge roll backwards out of it. Go over the edge once more. Back into the log. Game. Head back to the tent. Then we just walk. Less than 2 steps. Okay, clear. You can definitely do it faster than that, but a lot of the clearing all needs RNG in terms of where they spawn and where they decide to go. Don't walking away. Use that warp out one more time. Treetop again. Next group of Power Wilds. Because climbing up fine. Slow. Alright. That one was okay. A little bit of Anakin's last one. Ended up picking it right up there. Go up this little ledge. Could have used more MP there, but that's okay. Okay. That's one of those awkward moments where I don't worry. Keyblade swing over, back right, position a bit. A little bit slow, could have been worse. So far, timing wise. Okay. Right. Overall, we take that. Could have been faster. The last room was definitely shanty, but not too bad overall. Here we go ahead and that just to get our MP back, or back out. Go face support too. Okay. Could have been better, could have been worse. We save time, and we're angry. Okay. Exit here. Not go back to the tent this time, because one time in the game where we have to actually climb some vines. Turn around to start the exit it, dumps us out at the vines too, and come up here. And beat up a little bit of fruit. Right there. This is not a skip cutscene. That's text-based. At which 2 dodge rolls, 2 steps, jump, dodge roll. Here you want no directional inputs, just one dodge roll. The fire out Donald helps there. Here you want to dodging back over. That was poorly timed. Go ahead. Please stealth skip. That was super fucking awkward. Getting stuck in that corner is terrible because camera angle and living inside of stealth sneak, which means tell when to jump, and this is awkward. Bad camera. Excuse me. This by horribly inconsistent action. Only if you're bad though. Back to where we started to be. I'm glad. But again, no reset. Practicing. We have a bunch of text to match through here, grabbing the boards. So yeah, so far, most of my time loss is movement-related stuff. My fights have been relatively good, technically speaking. Delson's moment was a little less than ideal. This match with Clayton. But overall, still not bad. Have time to save here for sure. Bunch of time to save on Pot Centipede. bunch of time on Tigerhead, bunch of time with Jafar, tiny bit of time on Jafar. Technically, I think we have time to save on PC1 and a little bit on PC. Excuse me. Word of the wise, don't inhale Sprite. Otherwise, your stream might turn into an autopsy. Yeah, basically, the Agrabah I'm going against is really bad, so I should be at least as much ahead as I am behind right now coming out of Agrabah, even if we kind of like average the time save we can get. I could be as much as like a minute plus ahead, but we'll see. It comes down to a lot of technical execution, movement, and making sure I do things. Most of that. And after, make this one more mission. So, we have our second menu of the game here in this section. We're going to be utilizing save warps again. So, one of the things that differs greatly from the PS3 and PS2 eras of this game is you wanted to minimize the load zones you went through, which meant not really use Pony Ship a whole lot. Especially heavy load zones, because leaving the world was a heavy load zone for PS2 and PS3 days. Because there isn't a load remover, and loads just took a long time on both of those consoles. So there's a number of pathing differences that the PC and PS4 versions changed due to the decreased load times and due to having load remover. Here, headed for the waterway. Far enough out where you don't actually go there. Most people do blizzards here to clear those two. I find I'm not as consistent with that. Extra delay, that definitely wasn't my but fast enough that we'll take it. After you despawn or kill regardless there, you can use Trinity, come in here, have a conversation with Leon. Earth. After doing so, you have to take another step forward, or to actually get to interact again. Have a second conversation with triggering the advanced world, giving us Earthshine, our first summon of the game. After which, exit. Rolling through that route, one of Risk's Blizzard approach, which is if you're a little bit too slow, the blue Rhapsodies spawn in, and then you have to deal with them as well. Alright, tried to use that fire a little too close to the floor. Caused it out. Normally you use it as you're falling, canceling out the need for jump there. But again, small thing, little improvements. Add a lot of text to mash through. Depending on what runner you're watching for this, you may see them mashing circle and triangle, or X and triangle. Depends on what their button layout is. The original Japanese versions of the game used circle as the correct attack input and X as jump, as opposed to the English release, which did swapped. How many text boxes? And then text box action. And we use point, work back out, and head back to the now. Purpose here. We need whirl one more time, which unlocks opposite armor technically. But we also need to kill a bunch of stuff, so that when he moves upward, we can then buy our gummy parts, or gummy ship. Also tells us to district. That's yep. Alright. We sell everything but our elixir and our AP up. Head back to my house. A book. A very special book that is in fact a whole world called 100 Acres. Wood? Wood. Okay. Timber. And we go there. That is okay. Our Keyblade, Jungle King, putting White Fang, our EXP, and swapping the EXP as to Goofy. Put it on Goofy specifically because he is the party member. Higher game, thus ensuring that the EXP increasing effects continue this entire time. EXP items apply across the party, regardless of who they're applied to in this game. As long as an active party member has them. But if you have them on Goofy, but you swap Goofy out, lose those effects. But as long as they're on an active party member, they can be on it. After we finish up the conversation here, head out. Trigger bid to time. Final decision. Need him at out here as a hint. So we can buy our Fyra and Haste. Definitely not ideal. Have a lot of cleanup to do in our movement and everything there. Paste water gummy. Warped one land. Bean settles. Bad. Smashing is bad. Alright, so we warped Wonderland here because the path to the warp tunnel slightly shorter. Or actually, they're a bit shorter from Wonderland to the so time used for warping drastically less. Just trying to actually get a little bit of interaction with Chip and Dale effectively for informing us about the case gummy part that we sold and help with. Now we are on to Worlds Agrabah. Hopefully we will save a lot more, a lot higher percentage of our. But we'll see. Jasmine. First princess we actually interact with. Or, well, we interact with Alice, who is still definitely on the weaker end for princesses to be taken into account. Save perfect, just a save point for future warping. Where's my elixir? Out of the chest there. Out of the desert. Back again. And he takes us out to help out his buddy Elf. That was one of the best Save Aladdin fights I've actually ever had. So we might stand a to actually save time here. Don't change our party at all at this stage. I'm just going to be leaving the world here momentarily anyway. Storage room here. Warp in and out. What we took earlier. Right into Aladdin's house. Swap out Donald for Aladdin here. Helps far more with damage. We want to ensure that we do not hang down on any of the lower areas here because of on in section, which we don't want to clear. Camera and move. Ferocious. Right. That was a beautiful fight. Item, cutscene, and then get back and head out to the desert. Alright, Tiger Head, here we go. There we go. So you do 9 hits into the first eye before taking the transition onto count. There was more. And then should be 3 more hits from there till beyond. Alright. And after breaking that pillar, or good guess, treasure room. Straight into the Shafak fight. Alright. Beautiful. Near match to our best segment there. We take that. Could have been marginally faster. There's some slowness in some combos. But overall, that was fantastic. Whew, that was awkward. So I got greedy on blizzards there. You're supposed to jump over the arm and keep heading towards Iago blizzards after a hot second there. And the positional changes meant that he didn't actually go towards the torch mentioned earlier. Luckily, I did damage, had some good help from Aladdin and Goofy. Was able to get just enough before he got out. Can get an earlier exit than that. There's like 2 additional boulders. You have to hit 2 or 3 additional boulders that you have to get hit by. But that is the standard. Alright, overall that was a very, very good act. Have a moment here of collecting boards, being Genie Summon, before heading on our way. Now, it's possible that I lose all the time and don't hit the derust BB. Oh, are we still in an okay position overall? Yeah, we're 13 seconds ahead of our actual 203 PB, which is pretty dang solid. 2 minutes ahead of our average, and 2 minutes behind our overall, I think it's a pretty good run. Should be in the 205 area. Pretty comfortable. Definitely more time saved throughout other sections of runs, but we also have times that are harder to go later as well. See what it becomes, but right now, pretty happy with it. Our 13-second loss and 15-ish second not saved across waterfall and Paris Town 2. Not meaning a whole lot. Alright, welcome to Monstro. That's not flat. A little bit awkward. Less than I. Forward. And the scene. Yep. Side. Up. Dodge roll. Fall into 3. Chamber 2. Head into chamber 3. Goofy. Okay. Luckily it despawned. That was a little awkward. Right. Not bad overall. Definitely stands for the best. Two cutscenes here. We're going one fight. Definitely could have been faster, but it's what it is. Pick here, which is here. And then head into just for ability. High jump. Platform pushes. High jump. This is an interesting action. First time I've had it into. Appreciate getting rare truffles here. Decreases our lag on jumps from landing. That makes it so we can't get popped. Alright. Less than ideal because we didn't actually get the stagger lock for a hot minute in there. Still saved a little bit of time, but definitely mushy for Monstro. That's okay. We have a reasonable chunk of time available for us to save in Town. There. Menu. Back. R. Work back, followed by whale again. That was awkward. And off to home. Next intro here. Up here to grab the power up chest. Or heading in lab. Doctor and that. Yep. Alright. Yeah. So, with that menu, we took the two ethers that Jack has by default. Alright, not bad. Does Forest for free cutscene. So yeah, in that menu, we take the two ethers off of Jack, we use the power up we got out of the chest, we equip Ray of Light for some MP conservation, increase the amount we can do with blizzards to kids in the fight, and we equip a number of abilities for available to us for Zora. And we made our position all right. The magic use is awkward, but 4, 2.
Yes.
A little bit under the MP that we ideally have. 4, not dodge roll the wrong way. And off we go back to the doctor. I should really have a discussion with somebody about the better precision way to do dodge roll. Because I always either undershoot or overshoot my angle. Alright. Well, more MPs than I wanted. Had to double back because of black fungus. Not saving ideal time, potentially still saving some. We'll find out. Depends on how well I can do climb, the fight, and how well I've done up to. I think some time save or still on the table at least. I want to say, don't fuck up the climb. So that's one where you can keyblade swing to make the last bit of the jump, but I don't like doing it because it can rip me up. I'm not gonna. Yeah, being under on the MP and just having a bad time with the climb and the fight, not terrible. But that. Great. There we swap back White Fang, Ray of Light, this strength differential for us. A bit more health and magic as much. Really? No dice reflect, bad OG positioning, bad button presses. I surprised I lost time there. 25 seconds behind. Right. Wish we could find a way to do a fast fade out on a little half of the available time we had on that one. Good fight overall. Thumb slop on the movement and combos. Okay. Probably need a little bit of time to swap. That move. Barely. And off to for the don't know, because I'm playing on PC port of this game, we do have a list of allowed mods for consistency with other platforms for the most part, and also one major convenience mod, which is Bookship 100% mod, which for PC allows us to guarantee Bookship. There is a small chance that Bookship does not show up, and there was basically an agreement with the community that that element of RNG made top-level competitive play more frustrating than it needed to be because of how much of a time difference it can make. Literally, you could get this hour and a half in and have a world record one die. The fact that this interaction is happening the way it normally does. And because it was such a high probability already, low probability that we missed it, it was basically agreed that we could basically turn it into a wash and remove that one minor element of RNG that would be game breaking from the run. Anyway, welcome to Neverland. First Sore Face, that's a in the hole. That. Ooh, frivolous time loss. Frivolous. Panic. どうした? Right. One very small thing here. I personally choose to walk into the ladder because giant pain. Catch. God. I just love it. God. Okay, well. Great guard. Oh, I really need to grab that. Second wind, rage. Tornado and cheer. Alright. Done with the hook fight already. God, that was abysmal. Started out okay, but bad. Yep. Still can get derust PB here, but like, eesh. This is why we're doing resets though, to get practice in on things we. Oh. Slide. Rewards. Slide. Very hard. Back to Traverse Town. And study. Godmother. Out. Land again. Accessory shop this time. awkward. Okay. You're too slow on the jump there, off of the landing from the ledge from the up. Spawning Heartless, which fucks with the spawn of Heartless over here. I'll sprint away. Right. Honestly, that could have gone worse. It could have gone better. We got good parts for the first three. Fourth part was sluggish as hell. Only losing 1.2 there is not bad. All right. Cutscenes. And we can head for Hollow Bastion. Well, there goes all of my time available on this and some. That was awkward. Swap out the cable apparently. So we're probably losing 30 seconds plus. Probably close to it. I bumped the connection. That's what happened. Alright. But we're finishing it out. Okay, maybe look into doing wireless. Such a better usually. Having multiple Bluetooth devices connected at the same time is awkward. Oh, and now my camera's top of it. Okay. That's excuse me. Grab fucking legends. Alright, well this segment, this split is fucking, so we're gonna go fix that. I'd rather not end up with multiple fucked up splits. Okay. I mean, the irony of all of this is it's still going to be sub 210. That, well, should. Still be a sub 210. Don't do big jump. Make sure that you actually jump appropriate. Almost. I'm in. Amazing. Up to the side. Alright, button. And again, practice swings there. Yeah, I'm thinking half. Right. 30 seconds, so 10.5 minutes. If I did beat my previous derust with this, it would be ridiculous while having the freest time save. Oh, we're actually legit. Yep. Minutes. Quite far enough. There. Close enough to the case. Push. Fantastic. Pretty good check there. And we put the emblem. Unlock the goal. You know, this graphical scene down the middle always made me feel like it should be a splitting door, but that's just an artifact of the original. Not so much self-ended effect. Alright. Good bit of movement there. Alright, Goofert. Goofius Maximus. Job. You don't kill the shit out of this business. Got it? Good. Failed a short jump, but kept on from stopping it. Better than nothing. Okay. Up to Maleficent. Dodge roll. And Dumbo. So technically this is not the fastest route. It's the safety route. Are mechanically challenged like me. That was nerve-wracking. The fastest route is to actually go around, not have gotten Dumbo all to begin with, and use the button on the other side to lower the platform. Okay. Area. That is the multiple summon animation. Yep, a lot of time. Alright. Save some time. We take that. What do you do? Handsome report. Donald's cheer. Also, why? Cutscene. Okay. Through the ether, but still save some time. A little bit faster. Had that one bad stop. Okay. Die. Hello. Portal. Off base. Oh, we have a full to save on this fight? Damn. Oh, I died. Sure. We'll see how this goes. You should definitely save some time. But, find out. Alright, near best segment. Good loop. Damage. Take that. Now we're only a minute down. Even with all of our camera and other shenanigans. We could beat our 106, which is silly. Because, yeah, we got 40 here, 45 there, 30 there. We have a lot of available time save. Alright. Case. Go. Avoid the bomb. Nope. I quit. Single bomb. Tell me what I will not. Alright. A little bit of chit chat here with Sid. Waterway. Last happy gun. Booth key. And then head on back. Well, having a bounce heel. And there is Ghostkeeper notification. Switch to effective very briefly. Darkness. And we are back. Out to the game. Accessory shop. Done with Traverse Town. A little bit of ammo from Gale. Our last. You dummy. Go real fast. I don't for more world. Cool. Alright, pretty good menu. Might be saving some time next to that. We'll see. Alright, good despawn. Could have done one more dodge roll there. East. There. That was really awkward beast. Could have used good. Making me look like a fool. Man, I feel like Beast Roar used to be such a better guarantee of a kill there. More guaranteed to actually trigger. Now, that's just not. I don't know. Specifics of what all change. Might be biased at 30 FPS, PS3 version. Capital expensive, my guy. Last one. Quite better. Alright. Not the most time I could possibly save, but could be some stuff. How is that time lost? Like, what? That fight wasn't that, like, a minute bad. I desperately need to figure out what's going on. Like, that fight was kind of meh, and the elevator fight was kind of meh. I have the Mega Elixir grab, but nothing in that should have cost me most of a minute. Or, okay, it's 40 seconds.
もし会えなくなったとしても、何もかも忘れるわけじゃないさ。
心がつながってたら、またいつか巡り会える。あんたのことは忘れたくても忘れられないよね。
どういう意味だよ。知らない。早く鍵穴を閉めて。
Like, was the menu bad enough to account for almost 20 seconds of that? Menu and movement. Yes. Is that best segment really particularly close to ideal? Like, I can't imagine that losing. Like, being break even. Yeah. I don't know. Like, it felt like a good segment, but it's 40 seconds behind my best segment, which is nuts. That's all. That was a good transition. Gummy mission. Alright, this is the only gummy mission on which we have to actually hold uses of our boost. Wasting some of them. Boosting in low zone. Not actually faster. Aren't elements on the map? Go. Single dodge roll needed there. Trash. Definitely not saving full 45. Still got some there. Right. 3 stars in this room. Right. Here. Grab this chest. And take out a mega. Alright. You take that. 28 seconds. Gonna be really close with the previous time, which is embarrassingly bad considering I lost 2 minutes to just technical. Not even my game. That. Go. One of the things I'm very interested in is the potential of using that menu I just to throw onto the video really quickly. Or use in the Chernobog fight, because I'd be curious to see if it actually saves time. It does pretty good damage during the Ansem fight, so there's potential there. But we would have to then also take it off in Final Rest. Or after that, during Super. I think we probably will. Decent. Okay. That was over. That. Level up. don't know how much difference that'll actually make to damage output. Good time save there. Not landing where I wanted to, but that's okay. That's not what. Okay. Good clear of that. One DM. I think I should still get time save here. If I had used fire there, it would have been awkward because Donald still would have been down. We'll see what the time says. Break even. Minor. Oh, wait.
を守るのだ。私を守るのだ。私を守るのだ。
Alright. Not ideal, still not bad. 5 seconds. That time is okay. Okay. 21 seconds. What? Fuck that up. Alright. Well, this is going to be right up on the preview. As far as timing goes, that's okay. Considering, again, we chunked out basically a minute, 2 minutes on... Alright. Alright. New Shadow Core PB. Or best segment. I'll take that. Excuse me. Go. Yep. Good spot there. Alright, and we are in the green again. Oh, the irony. Alright, comes down to this split. Alright. Within fucking 10 seconds of the last derust PB, which is 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Just chunked out to technical difficulties. Honestly, not bad. we are going to take a brief respite. Yeah, so we're gonna take a brief break here, sort out some food, take a restroom break. I'm gonna go offline for a little bit, but we're gonna come right back in just a little bit and get a second run going. I hope everybody enjoyed this one. Got some new best segments on here. Out of today so far, we've gotten 2, and yeah, overall for being gone for a couple of weeks, not bad. We're gonna say yay to that. Save that, and we're gonna go back to the main menu. Let that hang out, and yeah, I will be back in a little while. Thanks for hanging out, guys.